My name is Aisha, and I am a palliative social worker, and we started this wonderful new palliative care program in 2022. I'm often the first person that people meet. I go into people's homes and talk about palliative care, and a lot of people don't know what palliative care is and haven't heard of it. So I talk about the purpose of palliative care, and palliative care is about alleviation of symptoms and supporting quality of life.
Healthcare has helped out a lot. While I was in the hospital, a team of palliative care came in. I didn't know what palliative care was, so they were very helpful to explain what they could offer. First of all, the physical therapy came in and checked out the house and walked me through, made sure I could walk up the stairs.
So George had a stroke some years back, and then more recently, due to other health complications, was at the hospital for an extended stay and then was referred to palliative care.
Aisha helped me a lot, being my advocate with the Social Security, so I can start my retirement paperwork.
He was a little nervous that they wouldn't be able to understand him. So I met him there and pretty much just provided that emotional support or, moral support while he answered all of the questions. But I think it was just really reassuring for him.
In my interview went fine. I was very happy to have her with me. Yeah.
Anything that we can do to just show up and be there with them through this extremely challenging journey.
It's a confidence builder when they can tell you that you're doing okay.
The beauty of palliative care is it's tailored to the individual. It's tailored to what is important to them, and because quality of life is going to look completely different for each person.
My husband, Dennis Sala, he was my soulmate, father of our two children. When he got the diagnosis of stage 4 prostate cancer that had metastasized to his bones, he was willing to go through the treatment, and it helped for a while, and then it stopped helping. And so he started having quite a bit of pain in his spine, and that was when he couldn't get any relief. And so we reached out to palliative care, and they helped start to get the pain under control. I wasn't really afraid of him dying. He was not afraid of dying. It was definitely something we had wished was further in the future than it was. But just to know how to go about helping him with the pain relief, because we couldn't have figured that out on our own. They were very attentive to his needs, and whenever any medication would get changed, they would call and see how's it doing and come and check in. And
it's not just a diagnosis and the symptoms associated with that diagnosis, and that's what gets you onto palliative care, but then we're there to support all aspects of the patient, and that includes their family, their spiritual needs, their emotional needs.
The emotional support for me was probably more important than the support for Dennis, really, and not trying to talk us into or out of anything, just saying, we'll help you and help you manage.
So it's looking at the whole picture and taking into account the whole person and not just focusing in on the medical side of things. Although that's very important too, right? Because if you're not feeling well, you're not going to be able to enjoy spending time with your family or engaging in the things you want to be engaging in.
I remember Dennis just saying, I've always thought that I wanted to have a choice. I don't want to just, wither away or be in excruciating pain, which he was starting to be in. Hospice then kind of took over from there and said, when you're ready, we can help you set the medical assistance in dying up.
Sometimes we work with patients for some time, and get their symptoms better managed. And after some time, it just becomes clear that their needs are beyond what we can provide. Hospice has more resources. They're just going to get a lot more support. We do what we can, but we're a very small team. And the limits of palliative care are that we might see a patient once a month. On hospice, you're just going to be getting a lot more regular visits, whereas palliative care just doesn't have that capacity.
It happened to be the weekend that he passed. We were going to have it be on a Monday, and we had a family reunion at Sumeg. Then Saturday night, he just couldn't get any relief at all. So then Sunday morning, he was still in a lot of pain. And I said, we can do it today. You don't have to wait another day. And he said, yeah, I'm ready. So we got everybody over from the campground and we gave him the medication, and he went to sleep very peacefully. Right as he was having that euphoria that the drugs and the dying process give for you, he said, I love you all. And our grandson wrote that down. So I was very grateful that he was able to go the way he wanted to go. I really appreciated that. And he did too.
Hey Lorraine, it's Kayla with Palliative Care. How are you? Oh, is anything new happening right now? Or just the same things? Oh no, I'm so sorry.
The whole team is very compassionate, and we really want to take our time, and we really genuinely care about our patients. And I hear feedback from our patients that they feel that from us.
They cared, and it became very obvious. They set the appointments. Can I come see you? I didn't have to ask for help. They were there to check up and follow up and consult with the doctors and stuff and getting my care. And that meant a lot to me because I didn't know. I was naive.
Anything that we can do to take away even just a little bit of stress and make that day feel a little bit better can be as simple as finally making the phone call to the next appointment for their treatment, or bringing them some food because they can't get to the grocery store. Just the little things, I think, really add up to a lot, and they feel it. They feel that support.
So I went from being completely fine to bam, here I am, and in walks palliative care like immediately. They've just become like friends and family. And I don't know honestly where I would be without them.
So Jillian has been in the hospital many times. It was just too many times, in and out of the hospital.
I was in rehab and I had to go to the hospital because of my health, and it was 2:00 in the morning and they weren't letting me back in. And I called palliative care.
As healthcare professionals, we can often advocate for patients in a way that maybe they don't have the words or means to advocate for themselves.
Helping with housing is a big one. I'm having this situation right now where I have to move out of this home. They've looked into a lot of programs for me, and because of them, we can do it seamlessly. They just know how to finesse the situation to better help you when you feel like you can't help yourself. So
there have been times when she was in the hospital and she was intubated, and we were really afraid that she wasn't going to make it out of the hospital alive. And I remember being really, really torn up about that because I never had a chance to say goodbye. And I had already been working with her for quite some time, and she's wonderful, and I care about her. So it was really a tough time for her and tough time for everybody who cared about her. And the good news is now she has not been in the hospital, I want to say, for close to a year, which is just amazing. Just another sign of success with her.
Don't try to do it all yourself because you don't know everything that's available out there. And they're really good at that, being able to assess you physically and maybe even mentally sometimes.
So I would just encourage people to seek out palliative care as soon as possible.
I'm very thankful that they were involved with my recovery and they continue to be involved in my recovery. I have a long ways to go, but I'm happy that they're with me.
If you think you're alone, you're not. And that's what's beautiful about that program. So I'm thankful.
What is quality of life? It's what brings you joy, what your values are, what's important to you. How do you want to be spending your time? How do you want to show up in the world?